Welcome to Lab Safety Notes. This is part 3. The first part of the notes, again, was the longer parts. It's about 19-20 minutes. Part 2 is only about 7 minutes, so this one should be even shorter. If you look at the notes, it's just a small section on the back page. So again, this is Lab Safety Notes. This is part 3. Again, when you get done with all of your notes, show me. I'm going to mark it off that you're done. Once you get done with that, you are eligible to take the test. You have to score a certain grade on the safety test. If you don't score a certain grade, you have to retake the test. So what I'll do is I'll have you reread your notes, figure out what you got wrong, and then you're going to have to retake it again and again and again before you are allowed to do the labs. So if you refuse to take the notes, you're not even allowed to take the test. So make sure you take good notes, study them, take the test. Now, when you work with acids and bases, we will work with both. Now remember, one of the big things is a strong acid and a strong base, both are equally bad. Some people say acids are bad, oh, bases are fine. No, a strong base could burn you, it could kill you, just like a strong acid could. Now, you're always going to wear goggles and aprons. Now, are we going to work with really strong acids and bases here? Probably not. However, we are going to have some weaker acids and bases that could, if you get them in your eye, could cause some irritation. It could cause some burning sensations. So we're always going to flush your eyes from the inside out, and you do it from the inside towards your nose, outwards, because you don't want to have it in one eye and all of a sudden you're washing across your face and then all of a sudden it gets into the second eye. So we always wash it from the nose outwards, from the inside out, because we don't want to get the other eye burning as well. Let me know if this happens. I will help you rinse it out. I will guide you through it. And we do need to flush it for about 20 minutes. So you got to be very careful. Now, have we ever had to do this? Once I've had to do this. Someone's thought they got something in their eye and we flushed it, and it turns out they really didn't get anything in their eye, or they might have rubbed their eye a little bit and was just a little irritated. So we've never had anybody just get full-blown strong acid in their eye where they're going to go blind. But we've had cases where we've had to use the eye wash to do that. So if that happens, let me know. We can rinse it off. We can also, if you get some on your skin, we can use the eye wash, the emergency shower, to wash it off as well and let water run over it. So just be careful and let me know if anything happens. Now, one of the things, if I back up a little bit, always flush from the inside out. Now I have this here, but I probably should have had this slide down a little bit further. All it's trying to say is whenever you have acids and you have water, you always add acid to water. You don't add water to acid. And the reason why, if you've ever poured a soda or milk or something, when it's coming out of a container, it tends to hit the water and sometimes it splashes up. I'd rather have the acid going into water and have the water splash up than the other way around. Now the other thing here is this person is right there. They're looking at it, so if anything does splash, it goes up to their eyes. Make sure you're farther back. So here if something splashes, if it gets on your arm, it's one thing, but if it gets on your face, if it gets in your eye, it's probably going to be worse. Contact lenses should not be worn in the lab when working with really strong chemicals. So there's very few times this year where I'm going to say, you shouldn't be wearing contacts. And if I do tell you that, typically it'll be the day before. Hey, we're doing a really strong lab. Make sure you wear proper footwear. Don't wear contacts. I'm leaving it up to you to figure out not to wear contacts. I'm not going to have everybody come in. Okay, line up. Let me see your eyes. Oh, you got contacts. I don't know if you have contacts. I don't always remember if you wear glasses or not. So if you come and say, well, I wasn't wearing my glasses, you should have known I was wearing contacts. I'm not that observant. So if you're not supposed to be wearing contacts, I'm leaving it up to you. And what happens sometimes if you're wearing contacts, if you do get chemicals in your eyes, which you shouldn't if you're wearing your goggles, is that the acid can get behind the contact and then your eyes are burning, and then you want to close your eyes when it's burning, so it's really hard to get the contact out. And then if you try and spray water on it, well, you're spraying the contact lens and it's not getting the chemicals behind the contact lens. So just be careful with this. If a spill should occur, let your teacher know. Not that I want to be cleaning up after you all the time, but if it's a strong acid, a strong base, we have chemicals that we can use to neutralize the acids or bases so it won't hurt as much, or it's safer to clean up. So let us do it. Even if glassware falls, let us clean up the glass because you don't need to get cut. Usually I will just use a broom and then I'll put it in our glass container and then the custodians will take care of it after school. So don't you try and pick up the glass because I don't want you to get cut. If I get cut, well, then it's one thing, but I'd really hate for you to get cut. So when mixing chemicals with water, always add the acid to the water. And we already talked about this. This is where I probably should have had that picture. And the reason why is because when you add the acid to the water, the thing that you're pouring it into tends to plop up or splash up. You'd rather have the water splashing up. So make sure you finish the notes, and this is part 3. So if you're done with all your notes, bring it up. I will check it off, and then you're eligible to take the test, whether it's today or another day. I'll have some time for you to take the test. However, if you never finish your notes, you're not going to be able to take the test. Without a test, without the notes, you cannot do certain labs. Some labs you can do, some activities, but any labs with chemicals, flames, Bunsen burners, you will not be allowed to do. You will have to do alternatives, which is typically writing papers. So come up, get this checked off. As always, thank you, and if you have any questions, please ask your science teacher.